When we first think of a free rig, this is what often comes to mind: a wide lure with an extremely slow and tantalizing fall. Well, a few weeks ago, a viewer shared the success they were having using soft jerkbaits on a free rig. But instead of the lift and fall like we normally think of, this viewer mentioned using a quick snap of the rod. In other words, mixing in the possibility of a reaction bite when popping the lure with a nice fall after the weight lands back on the lake bed. Of course, I immediately wanted to take a look underwater so you can decide what you like, and maybe mix it into your free rig fishing. And we will even take a side-by-side look at the free rig for a soft jerkbait compared to a standard Texas rig with an unpegged worm weight. And I will look at 4 different soft jerkbaits as well: a regular soft plastisol, an Elastec version, and then 2 different paddle tail or boot tail versions. Let's start with a regular plastisol soft jerkbait. Now, as you can see, the initial snap off the bottom is exactly what we would expect, and I'm sure many of you have experienced the times when that quick pop gets blasted by a bass that is coming in to take a look. They react quickly and eat it. Not always, but when they get on that type of bite, it is really fun. Now, as the lure falls back down, it drops pretty quick with some nice side-to-side shimmy, and when the weight hits, it does as many lures do on a free rig. It has that quick little side cut and then lays on the bottom. Now, I haven't gotten an actual strike yet on film when messing with a free rig, but I have a hunch if there's a bass following it down, it is this sudden change of direction at the end of the fall that can sometimes trigger that bite. Hopefully, I'm actually able to film it happening. Now, here's a straight Elastec offering. Of course, this is extremely buoyant, and I gotta say, I am really intrigued by how it bounces back up a few inches after the weight hits, kind of like a cork. You could say it has that same sort of change of direction thing going on, but instead of to the side, it floats back up. Now, if you have some debris on your lake or riverbed, this type of plastic will definitely stay above it and clear. After watching this, I plan on giving a straight Elastec soft jerkbait, or any body style of Elastec for that matter, a more serious effort on a free rig. Here is the first paddle tail. This one is a swimming caffeine shad. A viewer also asked to see a paddle tail on the free rig, so here you go. Now, about half the time, the tail would kick nicely, as we would hope that it does. I'm guessing the fall rate may not be quick enough to always get that boot tail kicking. Some falls, the tail wouldn't move at all. Now, after looking at it, I decided to try a Rage swimmer. These popular ribbed style swimmers have a much more slender connection to the tail or boot. And my hope was it didn't take as much effort to get some action on it. And that is exactly what happened when testing it. If I was to use a paddle tail type of a lure on a free rig, it definitely would be one like this. Every time it would kick nicely on the way down. Now, here is the side-by-side comparison between an unpegged Texas rig worm weight and the free rig. The free rig is on the right. This first comparison is between the regular straight tail plastisol jerkbait. This is a caffeine shad. As you can see, the results are quite similar. The worm weight version on the left even has the same little sidekick as the free rig. Here is the Rage swimmer side by side. Once again, they are very similar in how they look and act. I would say use whichever rigging version you have more confidence in, because in bass fishing, confidence matters. When you believe in a rig or a lure, we naturally fish it more carefully. But as far as the soft jerkbait as a free rig option, like I said, I definitely think I will try out the Elastec version and the Rage swimmer. And hey, if you'd like to watch a video on one of my all-time favorite summer lures, or lures when the finesse fishing is something you just have to do, go ahead and check this one out on a tiny tube. And make sure that you go out and encourage someone today. You never know how you might just change their life. For the bass fishing life, I'm your host, Steve Rogers.